to the center, and horse. Okay, close. All right, good. All right, so now we're here to do extensions. This video, unlike the other videos we've been shooting for the last 2 weeks, this is directed at my brown and black belts. This particular video is just for the black belts, but we'll have a number of other videos that will be just for our instructors, meaning our brown and black belts. This, though, is Curriculum of the Week for black belts that teach at BHKK. All right, so this will be, you'll have access to it. This isn't going out to all over the place through Facebook like all the other ones. This is more just as a study guide and a reference for all the black belts that work out at BHKK. All right. So we're going to start going through it again. It's not all the extensions for orange belt, meaning taking care of all of second black. Some of the techniques of the week that are the extensions for orange belt for second black. Then we'll move on to third black, fourth black, and do some of the fifth blacks. And the plan is right now to do this even after this virus situation is all over. We're going to be still doing this at least once a month, maybe a couple times a month, working through different material via video and then posting it up so all of our instructors can look and see what we're doing. But for right now, we'll do the techniques of the week, the curriculum, starting with some of the orange belts, which is for second black. All right? So everyone watching this, you all know Mr. Ido, Mr. Linsky, Mr. Lauer, Mr. Ramirez. So we'll first do them in the air, base technique with the extension, and then we'll do a little bit on each other. So the first highlighted technique of the week is thrusting prongs thrusting salute with the extension. And base technique, and go. From there, from cross strike, and it's a punch, and unwind heel, elbow, and go to your forward bow hammer, and bring it up, strike, circle around, and strike. One more time. So base technique, and go. 1, 2, 3. From there, from cross punch, unwind elbow, hammer, check across, and hammer a second time. All right? So before they do it on each other, Mr. Idle, so when he does his kick and we're back here, boom, hand comes up. Remember, always bring your hands up. If they're real close, it's going to hit him anyway. So you may block and do your first move and strike him back, and then go ahead and kick and hit. But on that move, front cross, boom, remember, you're going to go one, and then with residual backup mass and rotation, boom, that's when you hit. So stay. So you're coming in, pop. So as soon as you come in and drop, I'm still hitting, and then pop, immediately from this position, hammer. So you're not striking this way. You're thrusting it in. So when you're here, boom, you thrust it all the way in as it starts bringing that head down. As soon as you do that, wow. When you're hitting on this first one, you're hitting primarily at the back of the knuckles. Here. Now, on this move, we're assuming his hands are starting to come up, come right back down. As soon as you hit this back, hit this way. This one, though, comes here. The fist, this way. This is more of a roundhouse, coming from here, coming up the circle. This, though, when it checks down, see I'm coming past the apex and down. Boom. So make sure you thrust it, strike. You see this strike comes right through. Wop, wop. Ready? On each other now. So get your position. And lowest rank is attacking. And base technique. Now from cross hit, elbow, hammer, strike, and strike. Good. One more time. And nice and smooth, and go. Just like that. Good. All right, then let's move on. And locking horns. As everyone knows, that's for a front headlock. So just as if we're in a Tuesday night advanced class, walking through the technique, talking about it, and then working it on each other. But a little more abbreviated tonight. I'm not going to spend a ton of time on each technique, but we'll go through it step by step. So locking horns, front headlock, step in 1, remember that's a wide heel. 2, snapping elbow. 3, Now keep your hands in the same position, front cross 4. And now knee strike, stomp, and stomp. Okay, one more time. Base technique. 1, 2, 3. Now the extension. 1, 2, the knee, 3, the stomp, and 4, go behind. Okay? And one of the things you want to be sure, and remember, when we're doing the headlock, you guys all know this headlock because they're either doing a face lift or a neck lift, or they might just be trying to do a regular guillotine. Either way, they've got you here in a bad position. So when you come in, and strike, be sure you're striking to the inside of the knee and the groin. But the main thing is, once you come here and jab, and you come, snap. From this position, your left hand is open, your right hand is closed. You keep your hands in the same configuration. So once you've done this, you're going to hit this way. From this, it just drops straight in this way to hit to the rib. Boom. But as you do that, just come through. Then a knee strike and stomp. The second stomp, though, is coming here. And when the bottom of my foot feels the top of his foot, you're going to shift weight. This foot comes off the ground, technically. Break the foot, and then come back. So as you go rear cross, boom. See that foot comes up? So you stomp their the right foot, rear cross to find it. The bottom of your foot finds the top of their foot. And then shift, and then come back up. But that sandwich goes straight in, same configuration. So you're sandwiching, bop, 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 right through. Ready? On each other now. And base technique. And go. Here we go. So base technique and go. Now 1. Knee, stomp, stomp. There we go. One more time, all the way through. And base technique. And hit. There we go. Good. Locking horns. And straighten your hook. So again, for a full Nelson, heads down, arms up, feet apart, and bent over. So arms are up, though. Bring your arms up, and left foot comes in, and kick, stomp, kick, stomp. Now, right foot, shoot out behind, buckle out, you're buckling the inside of their left leg. Now, you may need this adjustment, you may not, but do it the way it was originally written. Front crossover as an adjustment step. Now step through towards 130, so you're shooting behind their leg, and then rear cross and stomp the groin. Okay, one more time. So base technique, 1, 2, 3, 4, pop, 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 all the base technique. So step back and sweep. Now, front cross step out, rear cross step out. So the same foot maneuver that you guys have done in class forever is front cross step out, rear cross step out, or reverse, front cross step out, rear cross step out. Now you're having it actually in a technique. Once you slide out their foot, so once you kick out the leg this way, I have fairly long legs. I might be able to come here, but even that I feel a little overextended. I might at least have to make a little adjustment. But technically, it's front cross and step. Now, when I step here, I'm ankle picking with my foot. It's not just here. It's not just kicking. It's ankle picking him as I hit. So he's already feeling like he needs to go backwards. And then from there, do your rear cross. And again, he's probably already starting to head down. But rear cross anyway. This one, try to take him down. Then rear cross and kick. If he didn't fall down on this one, you rear cross and kick out that leg again. So if he didn't go down, just rear cross and kick again. Another thing you can do from here, when you rear cross, kick his leg. So the rear cross itself becomes a kick. Boom. Okay? So a rear cross can be a positional thing, or it could be a strike. All right? But the front cross step out, rear cross step out. Ready? And on each other. Yeah, facing 12, facing 12. So base technique. Boom. kick, kick, stomp, kick, kick, stomp. So shoot. And now, again, if you gentlemen here don't need to make the adjustment, go ahead and just ankle pick them. But foot goes behind, bend your knee, and take him to the ground right there. And now rear cross and stomp. You'll see that ankle pick a lot in judo. Planting that foot on the ground. They aren't supposed to be striking with their shin and knee to the opponent's shin and knee. It's simply a way to put their foot on the ground with no injury. But why do something with no injury? So you're definitely going to kick it hard, but get that foot planted behind their foot so they can't pick it up and get rid of it. And keep their balance. Okay, one more time. And all the way through. Yes. All right, good. And just keep in mind that rear crossover could be a strike to their legs. Mr. Lauer, what's up? Sir. So let's see reversing mace. So base technique, 1, 2, 3, and kick. Drag up, knife edge kick. Now plant, rear cross, and hammer. Now unwind and step all the way and back knuckle behind their right ear. Now vertical punch their spine, grab the shoulders, knee strike lower on the spine, and stomp straight down. And when you do that stomp, you're coming here, don't do a front crossover stomp. You're doing a stomp this way, straight down, and then cover out from there. But again, the idea, like in so many other techniques, they're starting in front of you, so facing me. So he comes in with a punch, and I'm starting in front of him. But I want to end up over here somewhere. So that's why this technique is mainly based on foot maneuvers. So first move, I came up the circle a little bit. When I go to kick him, I'm coming up a little more and kick. As I drag up to kick the other kick, I've drug up even more. So now when I step and turn and spin to hit, now you're in this position, hit him behind the ear. And then boom, punch the body, grab, knee. This is where you're hoping his leg is. On his knee, ankle's in that position. Hit here and strike, but don't do a front cross. Stomp straight down. See my foot pivots this way, straight down. And then you're out. Okay? Snap that foot flat to the ground. Ready? And let's see it on each other. Nice and smooth. Nothing has to be fast right now. Step through straight left punch. And base technique. Oos. Now drag up, kick out the other leg. That should put them on their knees. And then you rear cross and hammer. Spin the back knuckle. And punch. And grab. Knee and stomp. Yeah. Good, good, good. And one more time. And go. Good. Like I say, with every move, every time you take a step, there's something happening. On this technique, when you off angle, there's a lot happening. All right? When you kick, especially on the extension, you can kick right from here. You might want to drag up. But even if you don't, you kick here. Now drag up, kick the other one, and land. So as I did that maneuver, I did a strike. When I move, I do another strike. So every foot maneuver, you're doing something. The next move is simply unwinding and then stepping and striking. You do it quick, unwind, step and strike, hit it right behind the ear. And then go after the spine. First with a punch, and then with the knee. All right, good. Let's move on. And crossing Talon. So right cross wrist grab. So again, anchor your elbow and step in, break their grip. And elbow, grab, flip them down, around, hit, and smash. Re-grab that wrist, step back, flip them. Down looping roundhouse. Now keep their body pinned to the ground with your right foot as you re-grip with your right hand. Turn, get your hands in position, cock your left leg up, and pull and kick. So dislocating their elbow / shoulder and breaking their jaw. Okay? So one of the things with this one is when we've gone through the whole thing and taken them down here. So in this position, I kick.
When you kick, I have point of contact and point of contact. So you're in this position. But take this hand and go underneath. But don't let go of this. So right now I've got him in a good wrist lock, a little bit of compression, a little bit of twisting, but shoot underneath. And keep this here as I got, so pain here, and come in underneath. Just like we have lock float, does the same thing. We have piercing lance, does the same thing. But we're going to come and get my grip. I come to get my grip, and that's when, just take your foot off. You can do it as a chicken kick, but what you're really doing is stepping, turning. This has got two hands on it now, and I'm going to raise this up. And as I kick to his jaw, I'm trying to break the jaw, but also, boom, dislocating. So dislocating the elbow and or shoulder, but also knife edge kick to the jaw all at the same time. But keep this thing down. You throw him down, keep the pressure on as I come in. Then as you start to turn, I got two hands, I'm still on him. Then it drops off. There you go. Okay? Let's see it one more time on each other. Crossing Talon. There you go. Nice. Back.
Nice.
Good. And one more time on that one. There you go.
Nice.
Good. All right, and buckling wrench. Buckling wrench. So for left, step through ball kick. And base technique, block, kick, twist stance, kick. Now land back in a twist stance and hammer. You'll be coming over their left shoulder, hammering down to their solar plexus / heart. Knee strike. And drop back. You drop back, claw with your right first, and then turn to reverse bow, claw with your left. As you start whipping back to a neutral bow, pass your right, lifting back fist to the back of their head, more than likely. As they're falling, continue to fall to the ground, leap and downward leaping roundhouse. So the kick you're doing is still the same kick that we've done so many times, but we went this way with the claw, switch it, so as soon as you hit, wow, switch it right back up, but this switch, just switch it at the same time you hit. As soon as you hit this one, you're already starting to come around and do the move. So it's one, and just as they're falling backwards, hit into the back of the head. So as I hit, I'm actually starting to jump. So you're going, boom. If you timed it, it's hitting, but I'm already starting to get lift to do that actual strike, to do the actual kicks. So we strike, and then do the kick. So if we are in the base technique, and we block, and we kick, and we land. So everyone do it with me? And then you kick and land. So land in your twist stance, but as you do it, come across their shoulder and hit. Keep this braced now. Knee and claw. So from that twist stance and hammer, I keep this strong across the body, knee and claw. Then rotate and claw. And then start to hit. Make sure, when Anthony did his, system here is good, when he does his kick, boom, and we're coming from the back, remember, don't come up and straight in. You want to come up and under. So we're taking, boom, this way. So I'm coming here and shooting underneath. So pop, and then land. When you land, get that hand out, kick. From that, turn right back into him so he's close. And you still have a hold of him. Turn it in and take this around, all the way around to here. Keep this braced for this. So it's not here, it's as I'm coming around, I hit first, we keep it braced. Hit. As I land, remember, every time you move, there's energy. So as I drop back, it's a lot of force. Drop back, claw, boom. Just as I pass through that, hit him again. This claw, I know it's hard to do before. It's right there. We claw back, we start to claw here, and immediately turn and hit him right there. So I went claw, claw. So it's 1, 2, 3. So 1, 2, 3, and as he's going down, that's when you jump and kick. Hard to do without hitting your partner,
But everyone come to this position, twist stance, hammer. From this hammer, keep your arm there. Knee, claw, claw. Unwind and start whipping back into it with this thing. Yeah. In the air. Ready? Base technique. Go. Now, knee, claw, claw, and jump. Nice. Up and wrench. All right. So that's the last of the curriculum for second black techniques for this week. So we'll continue on in the next segment, and that's for, of course, those that are going for third black and whatnot. And then next week, though, we'll come back and do another segment of the seconds from the orange belt. Next week, more. By 4 weeks, towards the end of this month, you'll have all these down. You'll have seen all of them, work on them, and then we'll test for them at some point. All right, good. So we just finished on the second black extensions, most of the orange belt techniques. Now let's move on to some of the third black techniques, which are extensions of some orange and some purple. All right, Mr. Idle, Mr. Linsky. So base technique, let's face 12 o'clock at first though. And let's see, I'll run through without your partner. So evading the storm, base technique, step off forward bow, grab, kick, pull punch, knee, knee. And from that second knee, plant back, gauging step. That foot has to be a gauging step so you can access their other leg. Knife edge, kick that other leg. From cross, break the arm. You still have a hold of that right wrist of theirs. That's the one they attacked you with the club in it. That's when you still have a hold of. Re-grab, step out, step to reverse, and whip them over to their back. Immediately, it follows right through the downward looping roundhouse kick, and both hands are still hurting the wrist. Re-grab with your right, re-grab with your left, spin back around, cock up your left leg, kick, breaking the jaw, and dislocating the shoulder. Okay? So, when Mr. Idle and I are here, when we go back, we go to the ground, okay? So we're going here, boom. So once you have it here, and you have both your hands in this position, keep this on. We do exactly the same thing in lock flow, and exactly the same thing in piercing lance. So if you have two hands, get them in a wrist lock, keep the pressure on. While you release this one a little bit, shoot it under, keep the pressure on, slide it in. As you start to turn it, he starts to get out of pain. We don't want them out of pain. So as we come in here, I'm going to re-grab, start to turn, and re-grab again. That's all this with my foot still in his body. At least have a modicum of control. Then this foot comes off. You want to get it right back in. If you get in, you're not just kicking the jaw to break the jaw. You're two hands pulling to dislocate anything on the wrist, elbow, or shoulder, and pull it out of joint as you kick. And sweep it out and go. Okay? So make sure when you have them down, this is important. Once you get into here, you've already kicked, re-grab it. I still didn't leave the pressure here. Re-grab it. I start to turn, and just as you start to turn, both hands are grabbing. You've got to have that on. This one just pops off and right back in. Most of those are done as chicken kicks. When you first do it, don't. And once you start picking it up, you can do it as a chicken kick. So here we go. So now, on each other.
Should we get closer?
Sure. Mr. Lauer, can grab a club?
Sir.
So again, overhead club attack. And once you come in contact with the arm that was wielding the club, you never let go of that arm. So Mr. Valencia's going to strike Mr. Idle in this direction, yep. So it's base technique, he strikes the arm, and grabs, kicks, pulls and punch, knee, knee. Immediately he just steps, gauges his step, kicks the other leg, which keeps Mr. Valencia away from him, but he tugs his arm the other way and breaks it. So by kicking that other leg, it helps keep Mr. Valencia's right arm straight and vulnerable. Immediately he's going to re-grab, step forward, pulling him further, and step to reverse and flip him. Then he kicks him. Now from that position, he's going to re-grab and jump up and kick.
and out. Okay? So again, that kick to their far leg. Once they struck, boom, 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 kick out that leg as you tug on that arm. So keep it real stretched out. That's why that kick is so important. All right, gentlemen, Earl, why don't you do on West now?
We've added something.
And boom, and knee, and step, kick, step, and kick, and run. Good. And back up. All right. And let's move on to calming the storm.
Oh.
So, in the air first though. So, base technique. 2, 3. And grab, step, hit, elbow, step back, take them with you, land with the back knuckle, come around and hammer, slide fist up, left foot goes back, break shoulder, come around, knee strikes to the kidneys, heel palms to the head, and your right foot comes up, cocks up, stomps to the right side of their head and neck, turns, kneels down on the spine, punches to the head, left foot, sweep the head with the heel, and run. Okay? So, nice technique. Because once we come in, so as you're doing the first, remember, these hands come together. Don't do one and have one hand. They both come together, just boom, straight up. From that position, check down. Boom, so you're coming straight down. One of the reasons, like when I first learned this technique, I always said, why don't we just come up? When you do the extension and you're already down here, you're going, you see, oh, I'm there. Right away you come here. So just as you hurt him, so you tenderize him a little bit, this is not what they're thinking about as much. Boom. So grab it and hit with a vertical outward block. There's elbows there, right above the elbow. So pop it and then start stepping with it. That starts to bend him over, but when I land, hit him in the kidney. So you went, boom, just as I land, wow. Come around, boom, hammer again. So you're going once, come around, hammer again. You're trying to get this guy down, so now he's more pliable. When they're bent over, now the shoulder is vulnerable. When they're standing up, this is when you can go after elbows a little more. If he's standing straight up and I'm trying to hurt the shoulder, it's not doing much. It's hard for me to push it back behind him when he's standing up. When he has this foundation, it's hard. When he's bent over, though, it's a little easier to go this way. But we're going to brace it by sliding up and putting this right here and switching our grip. You can do it with this grip, switch your grip. And this is here. This is going to keep pulling down, so I'm anchoring my elbow, making this shape. So I hit, split up. This is just going to go. Now, West is heavily muscled, so once I start going this way, this should all end up right about here. And when it does, this pops out of joint. Beautiful. So, but for right now, we're going to shoot it this way, but step back with your left foot, boom. So I'm pulling with my right, pushing with my left. As I come around, it should be all the way up here. And it's an interesting move. Step around, boom. As soon as you hit, both of these hit the kidneys. Yeah, so you're getting this. So just you came around. This one was stationary and hit in. This one, just you hit there, whoom, hit the back of his head. So it's a concave stance. That Jerry Lewis stance, boom, hit the back of the head, they're down. Cock it up and stomp. So you're stomping right through the side of their head and neck. My foot hits here, my heel hits here. So it's, now turn, hit my knee on the spine. As you do that, boom, hit. Take the left foot, kick with the heel. My foot comes up, and then it comes in, pow, as you come out. Okay? So, Mr. Idle, if you can do that with Mr. V. So base technique, just medium speed, right roundhouse club. So, one more time. And 1, 2, 3. So he pops the elbow and steps back and lands with the back note, comes around, hammers the kidney. Right hand comes all the way around, hammer. And now he slides his right fist to the armpit, switches his grip, steps back with his left foot and shoots that right wrist over. That's what breaks the arm. He comes around, and if Mr. Valencia still isn't all the way down, he will be soon. So boom, we hit there. And in case his head was still up, we have our hands in that position. Now cock the right knee up, stomp, pivot, and kneel and punch.
And now raise your foot up and now kick it through with the heel. Boom. So it's really coming from higher to lower and then come back up again. You're going and back up. All right, good. All right, do the other side now. So switch positions. Ready? And just nice and smooth. There you go. Knee strike, hip palm, stomp, turn, kneel and punch, sweep, and rock. Beautiful. Thank you, gentlemen. And swinging pendulum. Swinging pendulum. So from right neutral bow, let's see our base technique. And 1, 2, 3. One more time. So we're in the right neutral bow. We off angle and block. Off angle block. Shuffle straight in with the hammer. And then off angle elbow. So again, now shoot that leg back and lift up the forearm. Yeah. And now scoop the groin as we switch back and kick out the other leg. And now hand sword and heel palm, hook behind, knee, and lift up. Good. And now strike down the clavicle. So you just came up. You're going to strike down and go out with your claw. And then sweep, go in with your claw, and then land with your hand sword. And you're out. Okay? So let's do it all in the air. Let's all three of us do it. So we're here. So base technique is you're off, hit, and then off. So just take it from where it is. You usually don't have to take an adjustment step. Obviously, if you do, you do. Kick out the left leg and strike. That brings your chin up, right up on top. And scoop and kick. This hand sword is not just a regular hand sword. You're going to go from your reverse bow to your neutral bow to your forward bow. In the neutral, whack, that's when this hits. So it's a big time strike, like you do in black belt set. And then to the forward bow, boom, up and in. So you're coming from here as you kick to the leg and going bop, bop, hook. See my hands already here checking? Knee, lift. Good. Now when I go to do my outward claw, I'm going to strike down on this clavicle a little bit. Pop. Now as I front sweep, claw, and land. So if we're in that position, we'll go here. Good. So we're already here. So I come to this position and kicked out and lift. So again, you just bop. Remember that's up, bop, and break the jaw. Sweep and kick. But when you unwind, make sure it's here. It's boom. So as you strike in, the whole face, all of this. This foot's pushing off to give you power. And then all the way through. So you're going, they're all at the same time, but it's 1, 2, wrap. This is still checking. And this is important. And then knee, lift. So when I lift, bang, see my hand? As I claw out, strike the clavicle. Is it a huge strike? No. But remember, finger set teaches us lots of things. One of the things finger set does, teaches us we can have full strike and then, and even a full strike with our slice, or we could have a slice where my elbow is locked in, I can't move it, but I still have my wrist. So even from this little position, I can't do this, but I can do this. Same thing here. I may not be up here and hit down, so boom, but I'm here, and I just kind of collapse it. The claw is a thing. It's same time. Then I claw in. As I cross, this isn't in, but it could be. So as we come in, so as you're coming in, it's out as we hit, and then boom. But that claw strike, we have that timing all over in the system. 1 foot maneuver, but 2 strikes. Halfway through the foot maneuver, it's the claw when I land, and I'm contouring. As this is in his face, and I swept, I don't have to see where it is, I can feel where his face is. If I follow my arm, I'll hit where I want to hit. Okay? In the air one time, and go. Nice. Beautiful. And charging ram. And base technique. 1, 2, 3, 4. Kick. And cross. Roundhouse kick. plant knife edge, and scoop. So it's just a 3-kick extension. That's all it is. Shortest extensions we have. But the foot maneuvers, as always, are very important. So they were in front of you, coming towards you. You're going to slide your way around. So base technique, guard up. You off angle, hit, and then kick. When you front cross, it takes you up the circle more, getting more behind you. Kick out that leg. Plant your right foot appropriately so you can reach his other leg with a knife edge kick. Plant that foot appropriately so you can do a scoop kick to the groin. And basically all 3 kicks are done in succession like a chicken kick, a triple chicken. So, base technique, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, 6, 7, 8. Nice. Good. And Earl, do this one on Mr. Idle.
Sure.
So, let's just stand in front and go down to tackle and base technique. So 1, 2, and then kick the ribs, kick the face. So watch, he front crosses so he's getting behind him. Roundhouse kick that near leg. Plant appropriately so he can reach the other leg. Boom. Plant appropriately so he can scoop the groin. So all those are gauging steps, like everything else we have in the system. All right, gift and return, gift and return. Ready? Go. Handshake gone bad. So, step in. 1, reach around left, slide your hand up right, spin around, and now knife edge kick and knee strike. Good. All right, from the extension now, immediately knife edge kick with your left leg to their opposite leg. Front cross, unwind, lift under the groin. Stiff. Now rear cross, right back hammer fist. Unwind with the left. Off angle with your left foot a little bit. Step through hammer. Yes. Good. So once you guys, we'll do it in the air. So we stepped in, boom. Ankle picked him with our left foot. Got underneath, reach around, grab, and pin. Spin all the way around. So you're on the 45 now. Knife edge kick, knee. From that knee, you don't plan it. You just kick right away and go this way. Kick, front cross. Unwind, lift, rear cross, hammer. Unwind, strike the other kidney. First kidney strike is to the left, this is to the right. You're right behind him, step off slightly, step through, boom, drop to a wide heel, and hammer to the back of their neck. Drive him to the ground. Okay? So on this first move, remember, basically I want to take this and give it back to him. There's a move in judo, they do the same thing. They turn it into a pickup and a dump. But the ankle pick's important. So when I'm going to come in and bump him with my shoulder, and I don't want him to step back with that foot. If he does, it's not lost, but I'd rather keep it there. So if I didn't check anything and you bump him, I'm not sure which foot he's going to go back with. So if I step on this side and ankle pick it, make it there, in a nanosecond, his body's going to tell him, oh, right foot jam, step with my left. So when you step in, boom, and hit, I want to start getting him going back with that shoulder and dig this under his groin. Okay? Once you come around and then pin. So you come in, see this is here, awkward, but this is pushing down here. I'm pulling my left, pushing my right. Spin. Immediately, knife edge kick, knee. But that knee immediately turned into that kick. So kick, as soon as you kick it, step away. But unwind, and you're right there in position. Oops, you're lifting back up. So it hits here, rear cross, hit that kidney. So when you do your rear cross, hit kidney, unwind, hit that kidney. You see his feet are all here? Step around. And we'll say he's still up a little bit. So I'm stepping in, hitting right here, the back of the neck, and hitting down to a wide nail. If I'm here, too high. He's probably already pretty much down. So I have to drop down to a wide kneel to reach the target. So and he goes down. Okay? Good. Let's see it in the air again. In the air. Base technique. Here you go. Front cross, lift, rear cross for that hit. Unwind hit, step hit. Good. And now, Wes, do it on Earl. So, shake hands. He steps in. Ankle pick and hit. Reach around, grab, step, spin around. So he 1, 2. Now he kicks the leg, front cross, lift, rear cross with his left foot though at the same time. And then unwind, bang. Now adjust, step through and hammer. And see, Earl was still up, great. So he might not need a wide nail, who cares? Weapon to target. Do the appropriate stance. Technically a wide nail. Okay, so base technique. Good. All right, gentlemen. And excellent. All right. So now let's do the extensions for some of the techniques that are for fourth black. And some of them, they're from different belts, but for fourth black, these are some of the techniques you'll need to know the extensions for that level. All right, so from a natural stance, let's see the base technique first. Thrusting wedge. And 1, 2, 3. Boom, boom, boom. Now rip right down through the groin to a kneeling stance, right back up to a neutral bow with the ridge hand to the groin, back down to a kneeling stance and striking. Turn your hand and grab the back of their knee. If they don't have pants on, and they're wearing shorts, hook behind their knee. If not, just grab. You can always just grab the pants, step through and heel palm the jaw. Immediately drag up and kick out their leg, and take them all the way to the ground. So you're pushing with your heel palm and sweeping out their leg. Immediately turn towards them, shuffling right knee to the groin. Good. Drop back into a left cat stance and do the move from hooking wings as you knock their legs out of the way. Cock your left knee up, stomp to the groin, and now stomp to the ankle on your way out. Boom, and you're gone. Okay? So again, when we're doing this in the air, and we come in and make your body like a spear, we come hands together and in, and then horse stance, neutral bow, rip straight down. As you come down now, get your other hand in checking. We're grabbing their arm. Right now, check it, and then bang, back up. So I went down to get power, rose up to get power, and then down again. Reach and grab. So I'm going to step through and hit the jaws. I pick up, not just pulling on their leg, picking up their leg. Immediately, this will probably take them on their back. But just to be sure, rear cross and take out that leg. So you're in this position, pressing down on their face, they're on their back, kicking out their right leg. From here, shuffle in, boom. And basically in fighting checking position, drop into the groin. Drop back and hook. So their legs are here. So just in case one of the legs comes up to strike, we hook and boom, kick, and then stomp, and you're out. Okay? Good. Mr. Ryder, why don't you do this on Earl? So face each other. So base technique, high push, 1, 2, and 3, and down, up, and strike. So he grabs the leg. Now watch. Earl, try to stay on your feet for this. He steps through and starts pushing on the face. And he continues to step through. That's all right. And now, if Earl was still up, then he would need to take out that leg. Earl went down, so it's not that important now. But from this position, he would have, and he can still do it on the ground. Does a slight right rear crossover and kicks out that leg harder. So right rear crossover and kick out that leg. Boom. Now come in and knee drop on the groin. Come back and hooking wings position. Stomp the groin and come up, stomp and go. Good. Okay. So, Earl? Sure. So the idea is you have this leg up in the air and you just now step through. So say I was already here, boom, and I hit, right? And I'm up. So say I already stepped through here. The idea is if he's still fighting me, just do a rear cross and all his weight's on this leg. So when you go to kick out that leg, you're staying straight down to the ground. So you kicked it out, and when you do it on someone where you don't care much about, all their weight's on that leg. And it's a really vulnerable target. It's not like you're kicking it out from the back. You're kicking it out from the side. You're kicking it out laterally. And that's going to cause injury. So you end up in a reverse stance. strike you down. You immediately just come in and kneel. We're going to assume he might have some fight left, so he's trying to bring his legs up, just drop it down and strike. And immediately kick. And then pop. And you're out. Okay? In the air, guys. Once we've come down, heel palm claw. Kneeling with the claw to the groin. Lifting. Striking. Grab the leg. Step through, hit. Keep him here. Now, rear cross, you're not going to need much. And his leg's here, it's close. Rear cross, break out the leg, and never lose contact with the jaw. Then come in. Knee, drop, kick, stomp, and go. All right? Thrusting wedge. And let's move on. And destructive twins. In the air. Base technique. Around. Good. Now, step in. Good. Adjust your left foot, hook the groin, and land and punch up under that arm. Re-grab to the right side of the neck, and then re-grab also with the left side of the neck. So 2 hands are grabbing the neck. Adjust your left foot up, kick out their leg with your right, throw them down. So you flip them over, they're on their back. Ready? And one more time. Match. And so, stepping in and all the way through. Good. Now just step in. So if they were starting the technique, you're stepping on this angle. And adjust your left foot so you can hook the groin and break the arm. Good. Right there. Good. And now grab neck. And adjust your left foot up a little bit. Kick straight back. Throw them down. Now shift to a right closed kneel. Kneel on their head. Left front crossover. And come all the way around with the downward looping round ball kick to the groin. Kneel on their solar plexus and half fist to the throat. And then ball kick to the chin, stomp, and leap off and back to it. And you're out. Okay? And one more time. So base technique. And go. And step in and hook the groin and break the arm. Grab head, both hands. Adjust your left foot, kick out that right leg. Good. Shift, kneel on. Left front crossover, spin all the way downward with the ball kick to the groin. Kneel on the solar plexus, half punch. And ball the foot, kick to the jaw, stomp. And now leap off and back kick. So one of the things we want to emphasize on this one is when we did the base technique the other night, we came in and showed we can't hit each other in the face, but you definitely want to use this so if he's here and he pulls me, I want to be enough so he starts straightening his arms. This is going to help a lot. When you come around, don't block inward, block downward. So if we're coming around, boom, this way, and then up, punch. This next move is interesting. So you punch him, like, oh, he's hurt. Step in and just press it. Just press it in and keep a hold of this. Okay, that's key. Then drag up, pop, hit the groin, and then pop. So you just keep this here, though, and hook. And I don't leave his ribs. I step in, I don't leave there. I come here, hook, boom. As soon as you hit up there, that's the thing. But that move, a lot of you guys see they do this, and then they're coming in, and I don't know what they're doing with this hand, and starting to hook. Keep this thing here, drive it in, so he's like, down. Then come up. As soon as you hook, just come up. And it might not be this, maybe right here. Turn it and hit it to the side, meaning hit it this way if he's not all the way here. Just pop it this way, and then come around. So once you hit here, cause the injury, his mind's thinking here, and then pop. So when you go to grab, don't grab gently. So come up, pop, as soon as you get that. Okay? Let's see it one more time in the air. And base technique, and go. And drive it in. Drag your left foot up, hook the groin, bust the arm. Adjust your left foot. Grab, and throw him. Kneel. Front crossover, spin around, and boom. Punch, half fist. Ball kick, stomp, out, and back kick. And hugging pendulum. So they're shuffling up the side kick, and you're shuffling back. So guard up. So we're shuffling back into a downward block. Front cross, kick, back knuckle, heel palm claw. And now switch back to front, spin, left back claw. Continue that action, right roundhouse punch, knife edge kick to the throat, that step through was a ball kick to his sternum. Now spinning knife edge kick to the throat. And then out. Okay? They may still be up, which you'll kick in the air. They may be on their back. That means you hit to the throat. He kicked him as if he's in the air. He kicked him as if he's on the ground. Same thing. So one more time. And go. Now the extension is spin, hit, roundhouse, knife edge. Okay? So one of the things, this one here. So he's facing here. As he came in, we shuffle back and hit. When you first teach us, remember, don't teach them do any kinds of strikes when they come in. You can, we do, but don't worry about it. Mr. Parker wanted us to work on foot maneuvers on this one. So we come in and just hug ourselves. Kick out the back leg and land. So as soon as I land, pop, all this energy hits behind the ear, down to the shoulder, heel palm claw. This move, though, once you hit here, you're going to spin. But the foot maneuver is the most important thing. In the technique and in the extension. We hit, and as I pass through, I switch back to front. But it's a back to front spinning. This is a back to front switch. Back to front spinning switch is this. So I switch on the back side. And that's when you hit them again. Then the punch is not a roundhouse punch coming up the circle. I'm close to him. I'm coming, boom, this way. I'm coming past, this is the apex of my circle up here, and I'm coming down to hit him. Down, okay? So as you're hitting him, this claw would have clawed him and started to turn him. This claw. So when I hit him, I'm hitting him here, and it's starting to turn him even more. That's what exposes this. So as soon as you go claw, boom, roundhouse kick, it's a roundhouse kick with the ball of your foot. So as you're coming back around, just bring it up. Boom. It roundhouse kicks and then spinning knife edge. Okay? So when you're dumbing up on each other and they start hitting you, that's the first claw, yeah. The second claw definitely starts turning their head. And then the punch hits them here. That's how they're starting to face you. And that's why the roundhouse kick is here. Okay, let's do it in the air again. And right at your bow. And base technique. Front cross. But boom. And now back to front. Claw, roundhouse, kick, and boom. All right, good. So, you guys working on your fourth. Work on these techniques. Again, that's 3 to work on. As you go up the system, I don't want to give you 6, 7, or 8 to work on. Some of these are a little more difficult. Plus, anybody who's working on this belt should also be working on all the other ones we did tonight. And for the next, so for the second black, third black, and now the fourth. So we're not going to work on 10 from each. More for the second, a little fewer for the third, even fewer for the fourth. Okay? All right, good. All right, you guys get together. Of course. Close.